Catherine here once again to walk you through King Camera's Promatik module. Let me start off by explaining to you what the Promatik module is and why you'd use it. Essentially, the Promatik module is your very own photo editing darkroom. You'll be able to crop, rotate, adjust the white balance and colors of your photos, add textures, and wrap it all with a nice vignette and border. In short, you have total control over how your image will look like. But that's not all. What's really magical about King Camera's Promatik module is the ability to save the look you just created right into the Quickmatic module. You can create and add as many looks as you want. No need to buy extra effects, ever. Let's see what tools are offered to you in the Promatik main view. The first one is white balance. When I tap on the white balance button, I can see that a slider bar has appeared under the photo. Just move the slider ball to the left, like this, to make the photo cooler, or to the right to make it warmer. Tapping cancel won't apply my changes. Tapping apply will, like this. You can now see that I'm back in the Promatik main view. My photo preview has been updated with the white balance I just applied to it. Let's say I'm not happy with this white balance. There is an undo button available on the bottom menu. Tap on it and voila! The last effect that you applied is removed. The next effect in the left menu is contrasts and details. This is where I want to adjust brightness and contrast and also bring out details in shadows and highlights. You will see 6 adjustment buttons at the top. From left to right we have exposure, contrast, blacks, brights, shadows, and recovery. Let's play with each option. By moving the exposure slider to the right, my overall photo becomes lighter. By moving it to the left, you guessed it, it becomes darker. Let me give you a quick tip about sliders in King Camera. Double tap on any of the slider bars to bring that slider back to 0, like this. Now let's have a look at contrast. Contrast does exactly what it says. The more you move to the right, the more contrast appears in your photo. See? Next we have the blacks button. You'll use this one to add a dark feel to your photo or simply to make your dark areas a richer black. The more you move the slider to the right, the darker the dark areas become without affecting the rest of your image too much. Let's reset it by double tapping the slider. Brights is exactly the opposite of blacks. It affects the bright areas of my image by making them brighter. The next one is the shadows function. This is used to bring back details in the shadow area of your photo, like so. The last one is the recovery tool. It's kind of the opposite of the shadows tool, meaning you use it to bring back details into your photo highlights, like this. Let's tap cancel and move on to the next effects tool. The third button in the effects menu is color, one of my favorite features in Promatik. This is where you'll have fun playing with saturation and tints to create unique looks. Let's see how we can use it. At the top we have the saturation menu and just underneath we have the tints buttons. You can combine as many tints and saturation effects as you like. Sat All is your general image color saturation. If I move it to the left like this, I'm removing color from my photo, and if I move it to the right, the colors become more vivid. The other 3 saturation buttons at the top menu change the saturation of the red, green, and blue colors in the photo, but in a unique way. I call them my funky color buttons. Now let's play with the tints. Each tint color button lets you control 2 different colors that you add to the entire photo. Let me show you how it works. First, let's completely remove the color from this photo by going to Sat All and moving the slider completely to the left. There. Now let's tap on the light blue sepia button. Notice how the slider bar matches the tint button colors. If I move to the left, I add light blue to my photo. and to the right I add some sepia. Nice! Now let's add some purple by tapping the purple-green button and moving the slider left towards the purple. See how the tints add up? Cool, isn't it? So don't forget, you can combine any saturation effect with any tint colors and create your own cocktails of colors. The next feature in Promatik is Vignette. When I enter the module, I see two sliders for me to play with. The first one is the vignette size. The second one is the black opacity. Let's start with vignette size. This is what it looks like at maximum size. Now let's play with the black opacity. You see how the vignette becomes lighter or darker? Let's cancel for now and go to the next Promatik effect, the texturizer. I really love that name. It does exactly what it says. That is, adding a texture to your photo. You have your textures menu with a variety to choose from. It's a scrolling menu, so all I have to do is slide my finger across like this to see the other textures. Tapping on the thumbnail will show you a live preview on your photo. You'll also notice a knob in the bottom menu with options. These are basically different ways to apply the texture effects. Play with them and see which one works best for your photo. And if that wasn't enough, you can reduce the texture's effect on the photo by simply using the intensity slider. When you're happy with the results, just tap Apply and you're done. The next Promatik feature is the ability to crop, flip, and rotate your image. The top menu holds the various crop ratios, including a freehand crop option that's activated by default. To change the crop size, just tap and drag your finger on the anchors of the crop zone like this. Quick tip, if you wish to use the complete size of your image, simply double tap on your crop region and it will expand. Double tap again and it will resize itself in its default state. You can also add rotation to your image and even flip it using the tools below your photo. The two middle buttons are there to rotate your photo in small degree increments. The two buttons on each side are vertical and horizontal flip, like so. When you're done cropping and rotating, just tap Apply to go back to the Promatik main view. The image has now been cropped. Last but not least, we have the Borders module. Photo editing wouldn't be complete without the option to add a border around your image. When you enter the Borders module, you'll notice that, by default, you're in the Colors category. This category has three borders options: Normal, Rounded, and None. As you can see, when I move from one to the other, the border around the photo changes accordingly. The slider lets you adjust the thickness of the border like so. Underneath the sections, you have 8 borders color to choose from. Just tap on the color like this to see a live preview. Cool, isn't it? But wait, how about even more color control? If you want your borders color to match a color in your photo, simply tap with your finger on the photo and move around to choose a color. Now that's pretty cool. Let's try the Artsy Borders category. This category contains traditional and funky frames. A scrollable menu appears below with different frame options. Tap on any frame to view a live preview. The Cute category works pretty much the same way. You see, you get a scrollable menu with quite a few options of cute frames to choose from, like this one here. When you've selected your borders or frame, just tap Apply. I showed you all the wonderful editing options in Promatik, and I invite you to create tons of cool looks. This tutorial wouldn't be complete if I didn't go through the bottom menu bar in the main view. So let's get to it. The photo desk and camera icons are self-explanatory. One brings you to King Camera Photo Desk, and the other launches the camera in case you need to quickly capture the moment. Then we have the Undo Redo buttons to remove or reapply each effect you've added to your photo. You can play around with them when you experiment with the Promatik effects. I kept the Save button for last. The Save button gives you two options: Save Photo and Save Look. Save Look is a unique feature to King Camera. What saving look does is simple. It saves the visual effect to the Quickmatic where you can reapply it to any other photo in the future. Throughout this tutorial, I applied a few effects. I'll save that look by tapping Save Look. In the first step, enter the name of your look. Have fun here and be creative. The second step asks you to choose a category for your look. These are the same categories as the Quickmatic, and this will be where your look will be saved. I'll choose grunge because of the texture I added. And you're done. The look has been saved to the Quickmatic. Let's go and check it out for ourselves. To do so, I'll need to go back to the photo desk and open a photo in Quickmatic. Let's tap on the photo desk icon. Oh, what's that? King Camera is asking me if I would like to save my changes. Why is that, you may ask? Well, I just spent time applying all these effects on my photo and I didn't save it to the photo desk. I only saved the look to the Quickmatic, so King Camera wants to know if I should save the photo edit or if it should proceed to the photo desk without saving it. I'll just say no for now, since this was just a demo. There, I'm back to the photo desk. Now I'll select a photo and open it in Quickmatic. Remember, I chose to save the look in the grunge category, so let's tap grunge here. And there you have it. The first one at the top is the look we just saved in Promatik. Notice the look's name under the preview thumbnail. I can now choose it and even reduce the look's intensity, like this. Now your only limit is your creativity. In King Camera, you truly are in total control.